Between work, family, and a social life, the need for shorter workouts is becoming more of a need, with 30-minute workouts in particular becoming increasingly popular. If you're new here, my name is Luke and I'm a certified personal trainer. In today's video, I'm sharing 3 methodologies you can take into your own training program to speed up your workouts. Let's get right into it. To kick us off, let's talk about one of my favorites, supersets. Supersets, or paired set training, is where you perform 2 or more exercises in succession of each other with minimal rest in between. You can use supersets by pairing exercises that target the same muscle group like bench press and chest flies, or by pairing different muscle groups like bicep curls and tricep pushdowns. The study involved 15 trained males who performed high intensity loaded bench press and bench pulls in either a superset or traditional manner for 8 weeks. Results show that both groups had similar improvements in various measures of strength and power, but the superset group completed their workouts in about half the time as the traditional training group. The key here is that the group who performed supersets did this when training to failure and at an 8 to 12 rep range. This means in order to make your workouts effective, you'll need to keep the intensity high. The second method is drop sets. Drop set training is where rest times between sets is minimized by performing a traditional set, reducing the weight, and immediately performing another 1 to 3 drop sets at about 20 to 25% reduction in weight, with all sets performed to muscle failure. The rationale behind this method is that it elicits more metabolic stress and potentially heightened muscle damage, which in turn would increase muscle growth. The same review found that drop set training can induce increases in both strength and hypertrophy in about half the training time of traditional training methods, but it may be inferior to strength compared to traditional sets. Specifically, 16 untrained men participated in a program for 6 weeks consisting of tricep pushdown training using either drop sets or traditional sets. The traditional group performed 3 sets to failure at a 12 rep max, while the drop set group performed 1 set with an initial 12 rep max, then reduced the load 20% each time failure was reached for 3 times with no rest between drops. While the drop set group showed a slightly greater increase in triceps muscle size, the traditional group had a greater increase in strength. This means drop sets can produce similar muscle growth results in about half the training time. However, the traditional strength training method had better overall strength training results. Lastly, we'll look into rest pause training. The rest pause method is a training technique that involves taking short rest breaks during sets to allow for higher loads, higher overall lifting velocities, and higher power outputs. This can be done by performing 4 to 6 sets of single repetitions, or by performing 1 set to failure with subsequent sets performed to failure with short interset rests of about 20 seconds. A study conducted by Marshall and colleagues on the effects of rest pause training on 14 resistance trained men had participants perform 20 repetitions of back squats with 80% of their 1 rep max in 3 different conditions. 5 sets of 4 repetitions with 3 minutes rest in between, 5 sets of 4 repetitions with only 20 seconds rest in between, and rest pause training, which the participants completed 1 set to failure followed by subsequent sets to failure with only 20 seconds of rest in between. The rest pause method resulted in higher muscle activation, and those participants had full recovery in 5 minutes after the training protocol was completed. So there you have it. When used in high intensities, supersets, drop sets, and rest pause training methodologies all result in similar muscle gains when compared to traditional strength training methods in about half the time. If you find yourself in a time crunch or want to have a quicker workout, give one of these methods a try. I have more of this type of content in the works, so subscribe for more and let me know what you found helpful in this video. See you in the next one.